D.Ed, JMD, M.Ed courses in India and abroad. Today, from Govt.International Memorial College, Ahmedabad, all of you are listening evaluation technologies. How and what kind of changes we do feel or observe or examine, even evaluate in the field of education. It is really very knowledgeable, informative, instructive, and directive objective of education that we are addressing today. Real observation of the education. How it can be possible for the observers in our most ancient traditional technologies. We see nature itself was the evaluator, observer, examiner of our all technologies in science and spirituality, from language to literature, science to spirituality. Our Indian ways of evaluations are really remarkable. When we go through the history of such evaluators, and Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, Saint Kabir, and even the different starters of the different religions in India, Gautam Buddha, starter of Buddhism, Mahavir Swami, starter of Jainism, Brahma Samaj started Radha Ram Mohan Roy, Arya Samaj started Swami Gyananda Saraswati, Ramakrishna Mission started Swami Vivekananda. Unsung history, unread, unspoken, unlistened, unwritten history of such personalities from Indian holy motherland. We read those who were the starters, beginners, and initiators. Really, they were filled with multidimensional, multifaceted, multi-sided talents, multi-sided, inborn natural talent they have. Nature never remains same. It provides differentiations. Sometimes it creates problems and then itself becomes the solver of the problems. So nature plays multi roles in man's life. Nature itself is controller, balancer, and maintains equilibrium between the different changes we observe in the nature. When we feel high temperature in the atmosphere, it changes into the rainfall. the same form. Man's mind and nature is always controlled by his mind. Mind is the controller of all the imbalances and disturbances in the human body. So, it itself becomes observer, examiner, and evaluator. Perhaps you have read in medical science, in physiotherapy, naturopathy, man himself is doctor of all his diseases. 90% the man himself can cure such irremediable disease. Only 10% accidental diseases are cured through the allopathy. Or you can say in emergency required. But the truth behind medical science, we read it that all the treatments, nurturings, teachings are generated by nature. When men try to understand the nature, then it's human beings the nature. That itself is the equalizer, resembler, and similizer in the different imbalances, distractions. In medical science, we study that the role of WBC in our blood is to protect us from the different external diseases. Likely that our all human internal organs has the power to defend itself from others. But it needs maturity. Our mind becomes observer, examiner, and evaluator of our all internal changes. When we talk about evaluation, what is evaluation? What are the basic principles of testing English? Our old scholars, those who go abroad in the different universities for doing research and study, in the research and development methodologies, we study it. They evaluate, they are evaluated through 4 modules of language, basically, especially English. Reading, writing, speaking, listening, and writing. Testing of these 4 modules help them in evaluating, observing, examining closely. That can make them proficient and sufficient in understanding the using of English. What is evaluation procedure? Discuss the importance of evaluation in language teaching. What are the basic principles of testing English? What are the main characteristics of evaluation? Discuss The new philosophy of education laid stress upon the pupil's growth and development and not on the subject matter. Secondly, learning done by the students is the most important thing. Thirdly, the total personality of the child is considered for the purpose of assessment. Thus, modern evaluation tries to measure the objectives of school curriculum in a very comprehensive manner. In the modern evaluation, a variety of techniques, methods, and procedures are used. While evaluating answer sheets of the examinees, an examiner is to keep in his mind, is there any imitation, downloadings, recordings, savings, or any repetition? If such things, methods are being used by the evaluator, that is not the real evaluation. The real evaluation comes from imagination. While evaluating any answer sheet, any assessment or assignment, examiner should keep in his mind how much creativity, operativity, generativity the person has presented. If he has not used his own methods, imaginatively, historically exemplified, then it means it does not leave the good impression on the examiner. What are the definitions of evaluation? The process of gathering and interpreting evidence on changes in the behavior of all students and the progress through school is called evaluation. Evaluation can be defined as a systematic process of determining the extent to which educational objectives are achieved by the pupils. Evaluation is a continuous process. It forms an integral part of total system of education and is intimately related to educational objectives. Evaluation is a continuous process and is concerned more than the formal academic achievement of pupils. It is integrated in the development of the individual in terms of desirable behavioral changes in relation to his feelings, thinking, and action. What are the characteristics of evaluation? What are the features of evaluation, special features of evaluation that are counted, measured? Evaluation is continuous process. We see in the nature, in our society, in our own families. learning process. For example, a teacher is teaching in the class. What topic he is teaching? How is he teaching? And why is he teaching? It should be made clear by him before teaching to them. For example, if a teacher is teaching in the class any topic of the grammar, first of all, he would like to be normalize, generalize, usualize the ideas, thoughts, and opinions of his mind with a repetition. Then he asks the question from the students. Do they interact with you? Do they understand you? And what topic is unclear to them, try to make it clear firstly. So this methodology is the form of continuous process of evaluation in teaching learning process. Sometimes we observe practically in some classes when a student starts reading any lesson, any text, he speaks only in his words without using his mind, without understanding. So it cannot be hidden, it can be observed, examined just by his body language, posture and gesture. So when any student starts reading any text or any lesson, he must speak clearly to all three words at one time. He must use 2 to 3 sentences in one time. He must speak 2 to 5 minutes continuously. It is the process. If his understanding level is high, then he can increase his speed according to the listener. While listening and speaking, these are complementary exercises and practices that are required, one speaker and another one listener. If listener is listening comprehensively and understanding accurately, only in that case our teaching or our discussion, our conversation can bring fruitful results to others. Second characteristic of evaluation is it is very comprehensive. It involves objectives, learning experiences, and evaluation procedures. In writing, any examinee who has submitted his reports, who has submitted his assignments, answer scripts to the evaluator or examiner, if some words are being matched each other, or sentences or ideas or thoughts are being matched each other, it means there are less chances of creativity. Word to word, sentence to sentence, message to message, text to text. If someone is quoting, how it can be evaluated sincerely or fairly? Evaluation is a means to an end and not an end in itself. Evaluation is a cooperative process. Cooperator is required. Supporter is required in accurate evaluation. qualitatively in the first impression, then it also leaves the good impression in the minds of the examiner. Value descriptions is equally important. Evaluation is remedial in nature because the process of evaluation helps the learner to improve at every step. Evaluation is not confined to the classroom only. It is not confined to the classroom only. But fundamentally, practically, it can be examined, it can be evaluated by his actions. It also takes into consideration what happens outside the classrooms through his behavior, through his interactivities with other particles or objects. Outdoor activities of the students are also judged in evaluation. It gives more importance to learning as compared to teaching. Teaching which does not result into learning of the students is of value. Evaluation serves as a guide to the teachers as well as the learners. Evaluation is very systematic and scientific. Scientifically and systematically, an evaluator starts evaluating. It is the proper way. What steps an evaluator is adopting while presenting. If he is expressing step by step, sequence wise, then it is more comprehensive, it becomes understandable, readable for the examiners. Evaluation is a common practice among schools for proper growth of child mentally and physically. Even emotionally and intellectually. Above it, evaluation is also very important in the field of spiritualism. Dear friends, what is the real purpose of evaluation? What is the objective behind evaluation in the teaching learning process? One is to diagnose the problems. Evaluation diagnoses the problems in the field of education. Evaluation procedure helps the teacher to know the shortcomings of his students. He can easily identify the problem areas. The students also become aware of their deficiencies. To clarify objectives of education. Evaluation also clarifies the objectives of education. In fact, evaluation is based on objectives. The teacher is classified through the evaluation of the objectives of teaching. He tries to understand the objectives of each topic in the light of their utility in education to provide remedial work. Sometimes we observe this thing. Our English learners or scholars, those who learn English, they just try to cram, and through the cramming they cannot and clearly. So it is greatly required to them. They must know the remedial grammar. Remedial grammar expresses such rules and regulations that can make us the best user of English. On the basis of the evaluation, the teacher can identify the problems of the students and can start the remedial work for better results. To provide guidance, the evaluation helps in recognizing the individual differences, that is in abilities, aptitudes, interests and achievements of students. A teacher can select the subject matter accordingly so he can guide his students as well as himself. To provide basis for selection, evaluation helps to know the minimum attainments and aptitudes required for a particular course of study. Thus, it provides the basis for selection of students for a particular course. How many students are being selected for providing them courses? It does matter. We can take a high example when a teacher is teaching in the class and in one section he has 40 students, 40 minutes lecture he is delivering, then 1 minute is being provided to each student of the class for evaluating them, for conducting them. To assess teaching through evaluation, we can assess the teaching done by the teacher. As we come to know how far the objectives of the education have been achieved. To assess the personality of the pupils, evaluation can assess the personality of the pupils. We come to know about their interest, aptitudes, intelligence, and their physical, social, and moral development. To bring improvement in teaching learning process, through evaluation, we can assess the success or failure of the teaching learning process. Types of evaluation. Evaluation can be divided into two types on the basis of evaluation techniques used in instruction, formative evaluation and summative evaluation. What is formative evaluation? Formative evaluation is conducted to determine whether learning is taking place as planned. In other words, this type of evaluation is conducted during the process of instruction. Its main purpose is to provide continuous feedback to the students and the teachers. It also specifies specific learning errors that need correction. Feedback to the teacher makes him modify instructions accordingly. The teacher then is also able to arrange for individual guidance or remedial program of the time to see the appropriateness of the course objectives and effectiveness of instructions. Principles of evaluation. What are the doctrines or principles of evaluation? On what basis we are evaluating anything? It does matter. Sometimes we evaluate, observe, examine some objectives on the basis of their color, size, shape, figure, use, objectives. So there are different standards of evaluating things. When we try to evaluate any personality, then it has also got different parameters. Principle of continuity. Evaluation is a continuous process of assessment of a child, which remains continuing as long as the education of his goes on. This evaluation work keeps the teacher and students busy, disciplined, and regular throughout the years. The principles of continuity is very helpful in teaching English, and learning of a language is a matter of continuous practice, and what the students have learned should be evaluated regularly. Principles of comprehensiveness. Knowledge of values can be tested through oral or written tests in the form of objective type of questions or short answer questions. For testing knowledge levels, prepare a pool of questions and grade them in a sequence from the simple to the complex. This is what principle of comprehensiveness. Principle of completeness. Through tests and exams, we learn about the academic level of the students, but through evaluation, the complete assessment of the personality of the student can be taken. It may include in physical, moral, social, cultural, political, religious, patriotic assessment of a student. In this regard, Secondary Education Commission says, the school of today concerns itself today not only with the intellectual pursuits but also with the emotional and social development of the child, its physical and mental health, its social adjustment and other equally important aspects of his life in a word, with all around development of his personality. Principle of totality. Beliefs in values may get evaluated more in group discussion, for example, college or family discussion, and free individual expression than in deliberately contrived situations. Principle of application. Trying to stick to values in actual life may be tested in normal situations occurring at home or in deliberately contrived life situations. This may also be tested in justifying one's own action. Child or child-centeredness. In this process of evaluation, syllabus or curriculum is not the center. Instead, it is the child who steals the show. It means in this process, no importance is given to the subject matter, and the center point for assessment is the behavior of the to know how different objectives of personality are being achieved. For teaching English lesson, first the objectives are fixed up and then efforts on the part of teacher are done to achieve them. Principle of learning experience. It includes the lasting experience gained by the student from his teacher and his surroundings. It is evaluation of those learning experiences. Effective learning experiences should be provided to the students. Teaching materials should be correlated with the life and development of the student. That makes teaching real and more learnable. Principle of broadness. Evaluation relates to broadness and it takes into consideration all the aspects of life of a student instead of a particular field or aspect. This principle is very essential for the complete and good learning of a language. Learning language cannot be possible only by getting mastery on any of the four skills. The learners are not only to acquire all the skills, but have to learn also the use of skills in various spheres and situations. Principle of quality. In this process, examination, only the academic aspect of a child is examined. It is the principle of quantity which is the basis of examination. But through evaluation, the quality of the quantity is adjusted because in teaching, learning English, both quality and quantity are required. Principle of application. The principle of application is also very important. As if a child learns all the aspects of a language, but does not know the proper use of learned material in different situations, its complete knowledge is not for nothing. Evaluation judges that better student is the one who can apply his knowledge and understand in different situations and sphere of life. Principle of totality. Examinations are limited up to the academic assessment of a child, whereas evaluation is concerned with the total process of education. It deals with the total behavior of the individuals, including social, cultural, intellectual, physical, moral, emotional, patriotic levels. And here, in the teaching learning of English language, totality involved all the four skills: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Meaning or concept of measurement. How measurement and evaluation are different each other. How do we measure things? How do we evaluate things? Measurement is a process by which the developed abilities of the pupils are expressed in the quantitative form. As our scholars read in English grammar, on the basis of their external features like their figure, shape, use. So these are the parameters of measurement. The measurement is directly concerned with quantity. By measuring the content, skill and result of abilities are expressed in numbers, scores, percentage and average, so that the provision of education of the students may be made according to their present achievement. By measurement, the variables, groups, capacities, time and distance, etc. These are the levels and scales on what basis we measure the things, variables, groups, capacities, time and distance can be tested very clearly. In short, according to Bell, measurement is the assignment of numerals to objects or events according to rules. According to J.T. Guilford, measurement means the description of data in terms of number and place. In turn means taking the advantages of many benefits that operate with numbers and mathematical thinking provides. According to Broadfield, measurement is a process of assigning symbols of the dimensions of phenomena in order to characterize the status of the phenomena as precisely as possible. The term measurement and evaluation are often used interchangeably. However, in psychological, sociological and educational researches, these two terms cannot have two different meanings. Measurement refers to the process of assigning numerals to events, objects, etc. according to certain rules. In measurement history, measurement is an old concept, but evaluation is a new concept. Measurement is a simple word, but evaluation is a technical term. Measurement is a technique to do test and observation and written test. But evaluation is based on the words reading, skill, observation, check, test, oral, written, practical. Measurement means only those techniques which are used to test a particular ability of the people. But evaluation is a process by which the previous effects and hence caused behavioral changes are tested. Measurement aims at measurement only, but evaluation aims at the modification of education system by bringing a change in the behavior. The purpose of measurement is quantification, assigning numerals for a variable, but evaluation quantitative and evaluative. Quantitative and evaluative both assigning grade and level. Measurement narrow and formal related to variable, but evaluation has wide scope. Informal, process variable or traits and measuring attributes. Measurement has aim of But evaluation for the assessment, career guidance, educational, vocational guidance, administration. Measurement takes less time in measurement. It is based on single aspect. But evaluation takes long time in evaluation. But evaluation takes long time to evaluation. It is based on so many aspects. Measurement measures only aspect of a time. Evaluation evaluates many aspects at a time. On the basis of the measurement, statements regarding future scores cannot be made. On the basis of evaluation statements regarding future of an individual can be made. That is, future scores can be foretold. Continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Right? The importance of continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Give the importance of objective type questions by giving examples, or you may given the same question in another form. What is the significance of comprehensive and continuous evaluation in the teaching English? Similarly, what is meant by comprehensive and continuous evaluation? Describe its significance in teaching learning process. Similarly, define evaluation. What is the significance of comprehensive and continuous evaluation in teaching English? Evaluation is continuous and comprehensive. Continuous and comprehensive evaluation seems to be the panacea of all the urge that are being faced through the process of traditional examination, which gives importance to written examination instead of the objective evaluation of acquisition of the four language skills. Oral tests do not take place in our examination system. No effort is put in to test the listening, speaking, or reading ability of the students. In addition to this, the present methods of testing are vague and unreliable. These methods do not cover the entire syllabus, thus, they are considered to be invalid. Only the power of memorization of the student is tested through them. They are not said to be objective due to too much of subjectivity on the part of examiners. They are said to be unreliable because the different examiners may award different marks on the same examination written by the student. In this way, it is the need of the hour to make evaluation an integral part of the whole teaching learning process. Testing should be comprehensive so that all the three domains for all-round development of the learner in both the scholastic and non-scholastic areas are totally covered. Evaluation is a broader term than test and examination. Here the work of the students is assessed continually. It involves objectives of teaching, methods to achieve them, and then finding out how far they have been achieved. The ultimate objective of teaching language are comprehension and expression. The four skills of language, that is, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, ultimately achieve these objectives. Right Stone says, evaluation is a relatively new technical term introduced to design a more comprehensive concept of measurement that is applied in conventional tests and examinations. taken into account in evaluation. For the overall development of the students, there is a need for comprehensive evaluation. It can be said that comprehensive evaluation is the evaluation of the total personality of the students. Evaluation is also comprehensive in the sense that the overall personality of a child is assessed. Meaning of continuous evaluation. Continuous evaluation enables the teacher in knowing about their effects simultaneously, and thus they improve accordingly. The learners also come to know their shortcomings with regard to different things. In short span of time, the evaluation is done. It tells the weaknesses of the students. It helps in carrying out certain remedial work for improvement in the achievements of students. Continuous evaluation is a must. Continuous evaluation helps in the process of comprehensive evaluation. Some suggestions for improving evaluation in English for high schools. It should be objective based. Objective of teaching English are framed in the light of overall development, overall environment of the child, which includes social, political, national, cultural and economic aspects of life. Testing of speech should be given due significance. Tests should be arranged for testing, listening, comprehension and speaking ability of students. It should test mastery of structure. The questions should at testing the students' mastery of the structures and vocabulary items taught to them instead of having knowledge of certain memorized responses. Definite questions. The questions should be definite. There shall be no room for ambiguity. In case of essay questions, the approximate length of the answer should be mentioned. Stereotype questions should be avoided. The questions which show the originality of the students should be written. Continuous. The evaluation should be continuous. Continuous evaluation helps the teachers in knowing about their effects simultaneously, and thus they improve accordingly. The learners also come to know their deficiency with regard of different things. In this way, they are able to remedy the same by taking proper guidance and making more efforts. It should cover all areas. Evaluation in English should cover all areas of the subject matter as possible. It should be fairly distributed over the entire course. Proper weightage should be based on the knowledge of the textbook, grammar, vocabulary and composition. The aim should be to evaluate the overall personality of the child. Combination of all types. Examination in English should cover as many areas of the subject matter as possible. It should be fairly distributed over the whole syllabus. Examination in English should be in judicious combination. One is objective type question, two is short answer type questions, three is essay type questions. Essay type question, according to weightage, can be taken into account 40% objective type 30 or 20%, short answer type 30 or 40%. Unlike the traditional system of testing, which takes into account only the academic side, comprehensive evaluation aims at testing all the spheres supplement each other should be brought into use. Written examination. Written examination includes questions of essay type, short answer type, and objective type. Essay type questions are subjective. They have less reliability and validity, but the importance of these questions cannot be neglected, as these help in measuring the essential skills and application of knowledge, solution of problems, and expression, etc. Short answer type questions. Short answer type questions are more reliable as they cover the maximum syllabus. For the correct and appropriate answer to all questions, the students are required to go through the syllabus. Objective type questions. Objective type questions are also known as new type test. These are not subjective. Due to this, their validity increase. Their validity increase. In addition to this, they are comprehensive and easy to attempt. All the three, that is essay type, short answer type, and objective type test, supplement each other. Oral test. Oral tests are used for testing skills, which are not tested by written test. For example, pronunciation, speed, and accuracy of reading the book, comprehension, and verbal expression, reciting a poem, answering question clearly, etc. All these things can be tested with the help of oral test only. Evaluation of sessional work. Sessional work done by students also carry equal importance. Apart from written and oral examinations, sessional work should also be assessed or evaluated. These things will be included in the assessment of sessional work: home assignment done by students, use of library, impression of the teacher formed on the basis of class discussions, group discussion, etc. Practical work carried out in the language laboratory. Evaluation of personality development. Education helps in overall development of a person. Thus, the different traits of personality of an individual should be evaluated. The different traits are expressed by an individual in his daily life. The behavior of a student can be recorded by the teacher at any place. It can be better done in these ways. The pupil's diary, which he himself maintains, should be assessed or evaluated. Assessment of a diary maintained by the teacher for the purpose of recording the behavior of the students. Giving of personality tests to the students time and again. Evaluation of the social development of the pupils. It can be done in these ways. The teacher takes into account the work being done by student daily. For example, his participation in games, social service, cleanliness, etc. Participation in various curricular activities for displaying their qualities like sociality, cooperation, sympathetic attitude, etc. Evaluation of the physical development. Education helps in development of good health and right habits. It is the foremost duty of the teacher to assess the physical development of the pupils from time to time. Program for assessing the physical development. A doctor should be appointed in the school for part-time or full-time duty. Arrangements should be made for physical medical tests after every 3 or 4 months. A record of medical tests steps should be taken if the students suffer from any disease. So such are the things that should be adopted in evaluating assignments, examinations that may help them. Dear friends, brothers and sisters, those who are listening, I appreciate your presence today. It is a nice time, nice place, nice section. We are appreciating